Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talk something about filters. So filter is essentially a function which is used with lambdas to basically filter out a particular list. So let's assume that you have a list of numbers and you actually need to filter out those numbers depending upon a particular criteria. So you could do that by using filters in Python along with lambdas. So without wasting any time, let's take a simple example and let's see how these filters actually work. So let's create a list and let's call this list as new list, and let's pass in a few values like 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2, 9, let's say 11 and 13. So let's assume that we have these values in our list. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to use the filter function to check how this thing actually works. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to create a filter and we are going to apply some filter to this list and we are going to filter out certain values. So the next thing which we need to do to use filter is basically we need to have something to store in the filtered result. So again we are going to type in result as we have done in the previous lecture. So we type result equals, and to basically convert the given result into list, we need to have a list over here, and to this list we are essentially going to pass in the filter function. So for using a filter, again you type in filter, and the first parameter to the filter function is actually the lambda expression which you are going to use in order to filter out the data. So in this case, let's assume that we want only even numbers in your new result list. So in that case, what you need to do is that you need to specify lambda expression. So you type lambda. So the expression is going to be, let's say that x equals x mod of 2, that is nothing but calculating the modulus, and if that modulus is equal to 0, that means we actually have even number. So in that case we actually want to pass in the value to the list. So this thing right here is nothing but it's a criteria which is written in form of a mathematical function which this list should actually qualify. So once you are done with this, the first parameter is actually passed into the filter. Now the next parameter which you are looking forward to pass into this filter is going to be the actual list. So simply give a comma over here, and now you actually need to type in the list name, which is new list. That means we actually want to apply this criteria to this list right here. So now once you are done with this, you are almost done with the code. Now the only thing which you need to do is that you need to print out the result list to check if our code is correct. So if you save the code and if you run it, as you could see, you will have 4 and 2 in your list because those are only the even numbers which are present in your list right here. So this is how filters actually work. So filter is essentially a function which can be used to filter out the list, filter out a particular list. So in order to filter out a list, we use a lambda expression. So this lambda expression actually has a particular mathematical expression, and that mathematical expression is nothing but a criteria which each and every member of this list should pass, and only the members of the list which pass this criteria are actually returned by the filter functions. So as the name implies, filter function is actually used to filter out the data from the lists. So that's it for this lecture, and I hope you guys understood what is the filter function and how it is used to basically filter out the data. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.